Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. We're discussing some NFL news, of course, and updates. The draft is coming up, of course. I know right now it's a little crazy. I need to cut my mustache a little bit, trim myself out. I like to be a part of the cast of Sinners. Now, it's a very good movie too, you know. I like I'm supposed to be in the old days, but that movie is nice. 10 out of 10 movie, you know. Most time I'll be very harsh on some of the movies, so I'm like criticizing them sometimes, like certain things. Sometimes you like, oh, you need to keep it on ground based like that. And Sinners was very good. That's 10 out of 10 movie for me. I might go see it actually tomorrow again. So yeah, it was very good. I saw it on Saturday night. It was nice. It was a nice movie. They did a very good job with that. But we dive into some football stuff today. So football stuff, you know, Cowboy Arsenal here. Dive into some football stuff. The draft stuff right now have been crazy. We've seen a lot of different stories and storylines. Of course, right now we've been seeing, of course, I think the quarterback situation. You know, Cam Ward is like expected to go first in the draft. With the Titans, of course. Cam Ward had a strong arm, you know, from Miami. Good quarterback. I did a draft analysis on him many times on this channel and all that type of stuff, so I ain't gonna dive into it too much. And then, you know, of course, we got other guys too as well, like Shedeur Sanders, who is the next one, who I believe is the next quarterback right there. I think him and Cam Ward are basically what and what. And they kind of depict on like what your team play style, what you value more, like that, and the type of style you want to run, like that, to see who fits better. And then you have, of course, Jackson Darts. You got the Tyler Shaws, the Will Howards, and all the different Dylan Gabriels, and all different type of guys like that throughout the draft. Now, I seen something crazy on ESPN in the morning. I seen, well, I didn't see it in the morning, but I seen it a little bit. I think ESPN come on like at what, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or something like that in the morning. But I seen them discussing, of course, that it's Tyler Shaw and Jackson Dart can be possibly taken before Shedeur Sanders, which was very crazy to me. I'm like, Shedeur Sanders getting taken after Tyler Shaw and Jackson Dart, really? Like Jackson Dart, don't get me wrong, he has good talent and stuff from Ole Miss, you know. I feel like he got a good arm, good accuracy and stuff as well. And you look at Tyler Shaw, they have some talent and stuff, but they are nowhere near, I think, better than being Shedeur Sanders. Because Shedeur Sanders got better accuracy, you know, better pocket presence, more athletic than him, stronger arm than him. So I don't know how they got that kind of out of it. Jackson Dart, I think he'll be spectacular. Tyler Shaw he seems pretty cool, but he's a little older. He's gonna be 26 once the season start, I think, because he was in college when I was in high school. He was in college since 2018, like that. He was in college since 2018, and then now he's of course out. Like they've been in college for like 6 or 7 years. He was on different teams, different schools and stuff, and now he's out there. His season with Louisville was the only season he had there. Went out there and did his thing a little bit there, but his numbers still don't compare to Shedeur Sanders' numbers. So I don't know where they basing this off of, where they getting this from, him being valued over Shedeur Sanders in the draft. I'm actually hoping GMs, like I said last time, I hope GMs are doing some stupid stuff. I hope GMs go out there and do something stupid and take Tyler Shaw and Jackson Dart. I hope Jackson Dart and Tyler Shaw have a good career, but I hope GMs do something stupid. Take one of those guys before Shedeur, so Shedeur can fall all the way down to 21, so these bad Pittsburgh Steelers can draft them and add them to our team like that. That'd be nice. You have DK Metcalf, GP to start off. He might have a chip on his shoulder, of course, as well, because those guys are taking in front of him, but he'd be motivated to go out there and ball out too as well, even more. So we're gonna see what happens, but I hope the reports are fake. I doubt you take Jackson Dart and Tyler Shaw over Shedeur Sanders. Like you watch we watched film. We've seen the film. We've seen the numbers. The numbers don't compare. I think he might have almost the same amount of touchdowns as them combined, their touchdowns. Almost the same amount. I think he has 41 touchdowns last year. I think Tyler Shaw threw 25. I think Jackson Dart threw 29 or something like that. So he might have close to their touchdowns combined, close to it. Like that too as well. So Shedeur Sanders played phenomenal football on last year. They played good football too, but he played phenomenal football last year. So I don't see how you kind of like say that those guys are kind of above him and stuff like that. I know a lot of people have a hate bone for the Sanders name, of course, and they try to find any way to undermine and cut it. But I think Shedeur Sanders is, him and Cam Ward are the two best quarterbacks. You take Shedeur first to the Titans, you take Cam Ward first to the Titans, but I feel like if you take any other quarterback over those guys, that you're gonna be down bad, down very bad. So we'll see what the GMs do on Thursday. We also see, of course, that the Steelers can make a blockbuster trade. Been seeing a lot of scenarios about that. The Steelers can make a trade. We see people saying TJ Watt could be in the mix of getting traded. The Steelers traded up to get something, or maybe the Steelers make a move and trade back. The 49ers is another name that's circulating around that they could potentially trade back. We've seen a lot of rumors about that too. So Thursday we're gonna see a lot of things happen. I think a big trade is gonna happen. We're gonna see some things kind of go, because Jalen Ramsey's name is still circulating around in trade rumors as well. There's a few places that been circulating around with the Raiders, the Falcons, the Ravens, the Commanders. The Commanders got Marshawn Lattimore, so they add guy too with Jalen Ramsey, a guy who still in the midst of his prime with veteran experience. Of course, he has some injuries here and there, but he still plays very well when he's out there. So you had a guy like that to your roster be very good. So you're probably going to go to a contending team. Like I mentioned, of course, Commanders, the Ravens, those contending teams. The Raiders are still building to get to that point. And the Falcons, they have potential, but they still trying to build there too. So we'll just try to see Jalen Ramsey, maybe one of those teams, or maybe go back to the Rams. See, that possibly could happen as well. Get back to the Rams and see how things go. So Jalen Ramsey, you're going to probably trade it because the Dolphins did mention they want to seek to trade Jalen Ramsey away. So we'll see exactly where he lands. And also, of course, we're seeing Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers said that he's a possibility that he could retire, possibility he could return back to play. So we'll see exactly where he's going to play, where he's going to go. Aaron Rodgers is, of course, Hall of Fame level talent. With 4 MVPs he has, Super Bowl champion, and all the top Pro Bowls and all pro selections, all type of things he got. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is an amazing player, but at this stage of his career, I don't think he's the same player he once was, in a sense. So a lot of teams like the Steelers who was holding off Aaron Rodgers, and other teams was holding off on him. I feel like they messed themselves up a little bit. I'm like, because you kind of like basing it off of what he used to do, and then instead of what he did recently. I know he threw 28 touchdowns last year, 11 interceptions, but some of that stuff was in losing efforts. Now they have some games where there's a lot of games with one-score games, of course, but most of those are some blowout games with some losing efforts. So those stats can be a little boosted with stat padding and stuff. So I think Aaron Rodgers is cool and all, but I don't feel like the Steelers' answers are going to come from a 42-year quarterback or the Giants. The Giants already signed Russell Wilson, so I don't think they'd get Rodgers as well, but they could. You never know what teams will do. And the Vikings, they might fare better because he'd be there for 1 year, maybe teach some Jay McCarthy something. But I feel like you just roll with the young guy. Just roll with the young guy and see how things go, because you're going to have him in the longer run. You're going to have him for 1 year. So we'll have to see things shape out. And I know people was talking about the Aaron Glenn situation. Some people hated what happened. Some people liked what happened. Me, I'm like, if they would have called Aaron Rodgers and told him that he was not going to be a part of the team, he would have been mad. He was like, well, you had the courtesy to bring me in. They would have told, they brought him in there to tell him they were going to move a different direction. They probably was maybe trying to hold out a little hope. But Rodgers said he's interested. I'm interested in playing, so that's not really a guarantee that he's playing. He always say that he's like, I'm 60% sure I want to play. I'm 40% retired. So like no one's trying to deal with all that. So the Jets decided to go a different direction. Aaron Glenn was going to deal with all that stuff. Aaron Glenn's one of the type of nonsense type coaches, so you're not going to deal with all that extra stuff. Brought Justin Fields in with a fresh start, a young quarterback who's looking to make a name for himself, looking to do something different like that, to get opportunity and a chance to be a starter, a franchise guy. So he went out there and did that and brought in Justin Fields to see how things shape out. So I feel like both parties, you look at the negatives, like, well, they should never call him in to do that and stuff. Should give him a courtesy of a better interview, and Rodgers could give better answers or something. So you can look at both sides and stuff. You never have everybody agreeing upon anything. But I think both parties leaving and going separate ways was perfectly done. But yeah, but it's basically all the news I have today. All the little news and updates and stuff. I'll keep you guys updated on more stuff. See where Travis Hunter goes. Is he going to the Browns? Is he maybe going to a different team? The Patriots would be perfect for him, I think. If he did fall down to like 4, the Patriots would be perfect, I think, because was it Titans, Browns, Giants, and then Patriots. The Giants could possibly do it too, but Patriots, they probably use them to see how things go. Maybe use them on offense and defense. You want to play both sides. The Giants are probably willing to do that too as well. Implement him as a receiver and a cornerback. The first player we ever see playing full time as both positions. I'm not saying you're going to be playing at a high level, because eventually you got to play one at a high level. The other one might be solid. The other one might be high level because you're playing against some all pros. You're not playing against guys in college. Because college, everybody's not going to make the NFL. But everybody in the NFL are in the NFL. You're playing against pro bowlers. You're playing against all pro players. You're playing against the best of the best and a bunch like that. Because college, some of those guys you was playing against, they might go have a regular career. It might be open their own shop, become an astronaut. It might become I don't know, like a accountant or something like that. It might be a CEO owner or something. Might run for president or something like that. You never know. So the guys you play, not everybody gonna make it to the NFL. Like that. So if you play guys in the NFL, all those guys are the best athletes of the bunch. They were the best in their class as well. They probably made it there too. So it'll be kind of a little difficult to try to put both sides at high level. Trying to get past Sauce Gardner and Patrick Surtains on one end, and then also trying to lock up Justin Jefferson's and AJ Brown's on the other end. So we'll have to see how things kind of shape out a little bit for that. But first time for everything. It's the first time for everything. We've never seen a quarterback like Lamar Jackson rush for 1,000 yards, multiple seasons and stuff as well. And also, win MVP like he won it. We've never seen a quarterback like Mahomes start his first season and throw 50 touchdowns. His second year in the league, but his first year starting. 50 touchdowns and stuff as well. We haven't seen a lot of different things happen before. First time for everything for a reason and stuff. So I think, hey, Travis Hunter could go out there, be the first person to do it. playing on both. But imagine that though, he played at a high level where he make a Pro Bowl on both ends, or make an All-Pro team, All-Pro receiver, All-Pro corner. Imagine, can you imagine that? You have to give him MVP. If he did that, that'd be MVP worthy. Just imagine like he won All-Pro first team All-Pro on one end, first team All-Pro on the other end as well, and then he was like he had both of those on both sides of the ball like that, and then you add the MVP, defensive player of the year. That'd be crazy. Imagine a season like that. Like you have, if somebody playing both ends and they All-Pro on both ends of the football, you gotta give them MVP because they've been doing the best at the high level. So that it'd be very interesting. But I don't know if that's gonna happen, of course, because like the guys, they're not gonna, players will be coming for him. A lot of players will be coming for him. They're not gonna let him go out there and showcase and mess him up. Especially if you're a high pick, they always go for the high picks. Of course, they're gonna be going out there gunning for him and see like, okay, you throw your third pick. Let me see what you got. Like that. So we're gonna see a lot of things happening, of course. So it'll be very interesting to see what goes down. But that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. And Cowboy Arsenal, I'm gonna cut this down a little bit. The Cowboy Arsenal. We'll see you next time on the channel. Peace out.